Hey guys, welcome back to Gaga's Reading Nook. My name is Stephanie. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. That's one of my grandson's shirts. I don't know how I got there. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite booktubers, some that I watch everything that comes out that they do. They're in no particular order. I found some of them probably when I first started watching YouTube. Actually, I was watching it for cross-stitch videos, and then one day a booktuber popped up. So that's when I started watching BookTube. So these are in no particular order, like I said. I watch them not religiously, but every time they do a video. So the first one I want to talk about is Audrey over at ChapterandConverse. I actually went back because I started watching her not too long after she started her videos, and went back and started watching from the beginning. She got me hooked on Riley Sager and other mystery thrillers. That's her main genre. She does read some romance. I think she reads like Allie Hazelwood and Abby Jimenez, that kind of stuff. But yeah, she's really fun. She'll do a weekend vlog every once in a while. She just got through doing her second unhaul, her shelves, and I think she unhauled over 100, maybe like 120. I don't think that'd make a dent in mine, but you know, maybe one day I'll try that. The second one I want to talk about is Beth over at Beth BethMorvant. Now this girl's from the South. You can tell she's from the South. And she is really into Karen Slaughter. She got me hooked on Karen Slaughter. And she got me thinking about reading Stephen King. I do have The Shining. I was going to read it in October. I didn't. I'll get around to it eventually. But yeah, she's really big into thrillers, but she also does other stuff. And she has this big TBR jar where she draws a book every week. And she's trying to unhaul her shelves, you know, curate her shelves a little better. And so she'll read the book. If she DNFs it or doesn't like it or gives it like below a 3 stars, she gets rid of it. If she likes it and gives it a good star rating, then she puts it back on her shelf. The next one is going to be Lindsey from Lindsey's Little Library. Now she's one of the, I think there's 5 BookTube besties now, but she's one of the original 4. She does a lot of historical fiction. She'll do like weekend vlogs. Her and the next couple of people I'm going to talk about are called the BookTube besties, and they like every once a year they go on a trip together, and they each one of them vlogs the weekend. Lindsey and Sarah over at SarahsNightstand do a book list Thursday together, which is every Thursday they put out videos talking about maybe 5-star predictions, their favorite horror or historical fiction book, or I'm going to read like the other person for a week, stuff like that. The next one is Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. She's mostly fantasy and maybe some sci-fi. She reads a little bit of the other genres, but her big thing is fantasy. And she's also a middle school librarian. So she started reading middle grade so she can, you know, recommend books to the kids at her school. And the last of the BookTube besties, there's Lindsey, Sarah. Well, no, not the last. The next one is Krista from BooksandJams. Now, Krista is a nanny. I think she lives in Virginia, which is where I'm hoping to move to soon. Maybe we won't be that far from each other. But she reads mostly middle grade. She does read some, you know, adult genres. I don't think she reads anything like horror. She reads some Christian fiction. She does nonfiction at times. She reads like Christian nonfiction. So yeah, check her out. And the last of the BookTube besties is Amanda from On the Middle Shelf. She reads a lot, or used to read a lot of middle grade. I think she still reads middle grade, but she's started reading or listening to, I want to say the last time I watched hers, and this has been a while, was like the romance, but don't quote me on that because I'm not quotable on some of this stuff. So yeah, check those 4 out. The next one, I'm trying to look here, I can't see, is Jesse the Reader. He's really fun to watch. He's always doing something. He's always talking about different books. I think he's more into like the anime or maybe the fantasy than anything else. He'll go on road trips back to Missouri, I think it's Missouri or Arkansas, and take you on these road trips to go visit friends and stuff like that. He doesn't post as much as he used to, so I don't know if he like got a job outside of the home or what the deal is, but he's still on YouTube. The next one is going to be Heather from Reading with a Vengeance. Heather is one who reads mostly, I want to say, contemporary fiction, mostly, you know, not the, maybe she reads some horror, I can't remember. She's really fun to watch. She is married to a former military guy. They live in Georgia. They moved to Savannah, Georgia. At one time they were living in an RV, so it was fun to watch her film from the RVs. But now she's in a house. She's got a cat, maybe 2 cats now. And she reads just, I want to say, a lot of contemporary fiction, women's fiction. I don't think she reads sci-fi, fantasy. She may, but yeah, check her out. I haven't seen her on in a little bit, so I don't know if they're moving to a different house. I know at one time they were moving to a different house, but who knows? Maybe I just not watching it on the right day. The next one is Emily at Books with Emily Fox. Now, Emily is in Canada, and English is her second language, so I love to listen to her talk. But she reads a good amount of everything. And she has the same thing as kind of like what Beth BethMorvant does. She has a jar that she pulls from. But, you know, she kind of gives herself a little bit of grace period. So I think she pulls several books at a time. And so she's not reading one book in a week. She's reading several books. So she is fun to watch. She's got 5 cats. 5. All rescue cats. Most of them are solid black, but one's black and white. Claudia, Chunk, I don't remember all of them, but Claudia is, I think, the only female. But yeah, she's really fun to watch. She does a lot of nonfiction feminist. She does sci-fi, fantasy, I want to say mystery thrillers at times, women's fiction, contemporary. She just does the whole gambit. The next one is Allie over at Cozies and Classics, and she's one that reads a lot of different stuff also. She just found out she's having a baby, so that's really fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how she does as her pregnancy progresses and how her reading differs from what it is now to what it might be in the future. But she reads a lot of different stuff too, mostly, I don't know, but it's Allie over at Cozies and Classics. The next 2 are UK girls. Michaela at What Michaela Reads. She's funny. She's kind of quirky. She reads a lot of thrillers. She will tell you she's a thriller girly through and through. And she takes you on, like, she goes to Waterstone and can't remember the other one. But there's 2 bookstores she goes to a lot. Her and her wife go out camping, and they go like on these trips, and she'll take you with them. She even took us with her on their honeymoon, just to watch and see what kind of books she was reading. And I think she read a pretty good amount on her honeymoon. And her wife's name is Amy, and Amy just started reading. Next to last is Carlie from the Pastel Bookshelf, and she and Michaela are buddies. Carlie reads a lot of mystery thrillers too. She's a thriller girly, and I think she reads a little bit of other stuff, but mostly it's that. Now the last 2 are the ones that I consider the OGs of BookTube because of how long they've been on BookTube, how often they post. One of them has 2 BookTube channels. So the first one is Jack Edwards, and his channels are Jack Edwards and Jack in the Books. Yeah, Jack in the Books. And Jack is from the UK. He is a graduate with a degree in literature, I believe. Yeah, should be literature. And he reads all sorts of stuff, but a lot of his stuff is, I don't think he reads like fantasy, sci-fi. He reads like more contemporary stuff, more of the stuff that you wouldn't read unless you had to read it for school, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think Sylvia Plath is one of his favorites. But he also gets to go to all these different conferences and do interviews, I think. And so I really like watching him. He and his roommate did a Christmas present exchange, and they were so funny. They filmed it. And the last OG is Kayla from Books and Lala. And I have watched, I did not go back. She just celebrated 10 years last year on YouTube, on BookTube. But I did not go back and watch 10 years worth of stuff because I don't have the time for that. I would if I could. If I could spend a day laying in the bed watching past videos, I would. But it's not life in this part of this season of my life. But Kayla's done something like, there's a lady named Dale Meyer who wrote some cozy mystery books that were based in the city where Kayla lives in Canada. And so she decided to take her husband with her and they try to solve the mystery. So that's kind of fun. Her and her mom do a thing the beginning of every month where they go book shopping together. And Kayla has a book challenge that she does every year. It's the buzzword challenge and the cover challenge. And what that is there's 12 buzzwords. Like this month, I can't remember what it is, before and after. So one of those words has to be in the title of a book that you're going to read. And then the cover is body organs, which could be animals, humans, internal organs, external. It could be an eye, it could be a foot, it could be a beak, it could be a hoof, something like that. She does it every month, a different buzzword and a different book cover. So I'm trying to do hers this year. I don't know how successful I will be at it, but it is what it is. And those are, her mom is just hysterically funny. Her mom has a Etsy side. She makes bookmarks with like little stones and wire and stuff like that. They can't ship to the US right now because of tariffs, and we're not going to go on a rant about that. But hopefully soon they'll be able to ship back to the US, and I want to buy a bookmark from her mom just to say I got something from, a really interesting, unique bookmark. So those are just some of the booktubers that I watch. If there's others that you can think of, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can find them and watch them and add them to my list. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified the next time I upload a video. I did hit 30 subscribers, so if you have any questions for me, put them in the comments below. I said when I hit 28, I would be doing a Q&A, so I haven't gotten any questions yet. Are y'all not curious about my life? I mean, that's kind of cool. But then it's kind of, no, it's cool. It's cool. If you don't want to know, you don't want to know. I mean, we all have a life unique to ourselves. But if you stuck around this long, I thank you so much. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.